Hello, I'm James Zaganix and welcome to Media Week. Ahead on the program, Fairfax Media flags a drop in revenue at its AGM, with some disappointment from Domain as well. Plus, we'll check in on all the latest TV ratings, and it is the block on top when it comes to free-to-air. More on those stories coming up, but first, it's the time of year when MultiChannel Network meets and greets media agencies and buyers. The sales representation business owned by Foxtel, 10 Network and Fox Sports provides an update on the outlook for the year ahead. Not only does it show off content from Foxtel and now Network 10, but NCN also talks about the technology it offers media agencies to help with their buying decisions. Media Week editor and publisher James Manning visited MCN House on the edge of Sydney Harbour as agency Match Media was briefed on the year ahead. He spoke with MCN's chief executive, Anthony Fitzgerald.
It has been a challenging year. The market has been not as strong as we would like in an overall sense, but also specifically for television. But I think we're coming through now the most challenging period. So it's been difficult. But we've had an interesting 12 months after building our business up over the last sort of 10 or 12 years, and then in the last 12 months bringing 10 on board and creating a really unique joint venture, unique frankly anywhere in the world, certainly rare, and bringing free-to-air and subscription television together and creating Australia's leading broadcast audience network. We've spent the last 12 months really bedding 10 in, transitioning them onto our landmark trading platform. There's a little bit more work to do between now and the end of the year to be really ready, but the business is in good shape. The platform is now set and we're ready to go into 17 future ready. We are ready for business.
Was it a challenge at times to run the business as you normally would, at the same time as integrating and innovating that stuff?
Yes, of course. There's no doubt about it. I think we were able to maintain a really graceful presence out in the marketplace, but it's fair to say we were paddling pretty hard under the water. You know, it was a significant integration. We doubled the size of the company in bringing 10 on board, and by any measure, that is a massive body of work. It was a huge project to undertake, but it's been successful. I think today's results for 10 and the revenue growth that we've driven in partnership with 10 over the last 12 months speaks for itself.
With the systems all set then, will there be financial rewards, do you think, in 2017?
Yes, I think so. We've got very strong market support. We've got tremendous momentum. The system that we've built in Landmark is world-class. It's certainly market-leading in Australia. We're now trading as much as 60% of all of our inventory on the Foxtel platform in an automated, dynamic way, in a mixture between automated dynamic scheduling and true programmatic trading for linear television. So we're very well positioned going into next year, and the market is incredibly supportive of that as we move 10 onto the dynamic and programmatic platform.
Yeah, and when will that sort of take effect for buyers?
Next year.
Okay. And just outline quickly for us what that does. It takes a lot of the human data entry element out of it and just streamlines it. What's that?
Yeah, it takes a lot of the administrative burden out of buying television. One of the great challenges that I think television faces today, with as many channels that are now traded in the television landscape, is that the administrative burden has grown over the last few years, and that's why online is seen to be easier to trade, because it's automated and it's programmatic, which is what we set out to achieve 4 or 5 years ago, and what we've actually now fully delivered on across free-to-air and subscription television.
You always remind us when we come out here, which some people forget, including myself, is the size of your digital business and the online eyeballs you can deliver to advertisers. That's one of the real growth areas for the broadcasters, of course, 10 in particular with their 10 Play offering. What's been the development there? Are you sort of able to monetise the big audiences they're bringing in now?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, across Foxtel Go and 10 combined, we have almost entirely unique audiences on both platforms. And when we look at the total catch-up television market, we now have a leadership position across Go and 10. And every available video is monetised, and it's monetised at a premium CPM because of the targeting capability and the automated capability of online video through IP services. So the demand is very strong, and we've got the content and the eyeballs to deliver it.
People criticise the media a little bit for their sort of talking constantly about the ratings for linear TV, not factoring in the other things they're now measuring. But is it easy for advertisers to buy that total audience? Like, say you've got a show that does 1 million, you factor in the 10 playing, we're talking 2 million, whatever it might be. Can an advertiser get in touch with you guys and get all those viewers?
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, now more than ever, as we've brought 10 on board with Foxtel and our online video capability, and indeed our other assets like Qantas in-flight and our TV out-of-home network, you can buy all of those audiences now in one place. And it is actually quite a simple process. The issue at this point is that the metrics are still not all integrated, which is what we're still working on today with Multiview, and we will get there in the not-too-distant future.
10 out of 7, 9 and 10 is held back from streaming everything. 9 and 7 have dived in pretty much completely now. Yeah. What's your advice been to them? Yeah, hold back till we get it all right, or would you like to see them in there as well?
So I think on the streaming side, it's important to note that there's a lot of content on some of the streaming platforms that simply aren't generating any views of any reasonable size that can be monetised, or indeed that are attracting enough attention. You know, some of the off-peak content on some of the main channels, or the off-peak content on the secondary and tertiary channels, they're not going to get the sort of audiences that are necessary to monetise. So I think 10's strategy to date has been very strong, and when you look at their overall audience performance, they're actually doing exceptionally well. They're market leading through the strategy that they're undertaking. So you'll see them add more content as the overall marketplace for online viewing increases.
We've just started the second year of that relationship with 10.
Yes.
What are your learnings? I mean, is there much you'll do different for the next 12 months?
Oh, yes, there's been plenty that we've learned over the last 12 months, and we've ironed out a lot of the early challenges, and the businesses now are working in very close harmony, and there are things that we would do differently, but today I'm really confident to say that both businesses are in sync and it's performing exceptionally well.
MCN set a lofty target to move the majority of trading with Foxtel onto its dynamic platform, and it's hit that target well ahead of schedule. For more on what it means for the business, James Manning spoke with MCN's Chief Sales and Marketing Officer, Mark Frayne.
It was an aggressive goal that we set 18 months ago to get kind of close to 70% of our trading done dynamically on the Foxtel platform was a big achievement, and it showed exactly what the market wanted. So we delivered automated trading to them, and they came in their droves.
And that's something that 10 will be able to take advantage of more in 2017?
Yeah, exactly. We're testing with 10 at the moment with about 6 or 7 clients, giving them the experience of what dynamic trading looks like on free-to-air television. So going into 2017, that'll be one of the core innovations that we bring to the 10 network and ultimately the free-to-air industry.
Now, you're here with Match Media today as the client. You're up front. I heard a little bit of it before. One of your messages to them was, look, don't forget we're doing great stuff, innovation. We've got data, we've got tech, but don't forget all this great content we've got.
Yeah, it's a big part of what we're talking about. I think everyone can get obsessed by the new shiny thing, the new kind of product, the new piece of tech. We've done that. We've been there and kind of done that work. So for us, it was a focus on innovation across the entire business. And to your point, yeah, content's kind of key with that. I think we talked a lot about programs like Gogglebox that are spanning across 10, Foxtel, into catch-up services like 10 Play, and that's how we see multi-screen broadcast television operating in the future, so it's good to be leading that charge.
And you're showing off some VR. You've got a virtual reality room upstairs in the house. Is that just a gimmick, or is there going to be something in that, do you think?
No, I think there's going to be a role for it to play. I think everyone is going to work out what the commercial model is that sits behind something like VR, but we're just giving kind of Match today and ultimately all the agencies an example to experience our great content through a very different lens.
Yeah. How's the market been? I mean, reasonably flat, a lot of the TV market. The buyers, you know, haven't been maybe investing as much as you guys would like. What's your feel about 2017?
I mean, it's been flat for others. It's been growing for us, so it's been pretty good. But yeah, I think for us going into kind of next year, we talked a little bit about with our agencies here, there's a job that television's got to do, and MCN's going to take a driving leadership position on that, on demonstrating the results that television delivers. And I think as an industry, and certainly MCN will drive that agenda. If we do that well next year, then I think TV will have a good year.
And where are you at with your sort of audience measurement? Somebody asked me, well, told me you're doing some attribution studies. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it goes back to what I just said. We need to prove the power of kind of television. So Mark Brandon, one of the new smart guys we got on board at MCN, you'll probably hear from him later. He's driving that agenda with us. So coming into the upfronts, we ran a number of attribution studies across 6 different advertiser categories just to prove how powerful television was in terms of delivering business results for those clients. And the results were outstanding. So you'll see more of that from us next year, which will reprove the power of television and certainly make those advertisers that may be getting kind of tempted to swing more funds to digital to bring them back to the power of broadcast television.
Is that your... do you compete maybe more with digital than other TV offerings or any other platforms these days?
I think the competitive set has certainly changed for MCN. I mean, kind of in the past we were working very hard to be seen part of broadcast television. We certainly obviously acquired 10, 12 months ago, so now we're representing all parts of television, and with that comes the threat from Facebook, YouTube and probably increasingly Amazon in the next 6 months, and we've got to be open, we've got to be observing what all of those players do, because one of their easiest pitches going to advertisers and say, can we have a share of television? Whether they're justified in that ask, that's the point that we've got to prove to advertisers, because in many cases it's a over-exaggerated ask that can't be backed up by any of their kind of planes around about data and measurement.
Time for a quick break. Coming up, our special MCN edition continues. We'll find out about the data that's driving their platforms.
This program brought to you by MCN, delivering high-performance partnerships around you.
You guys are back! Hey, saw the photos? Awesome.
Oh, well, guess what the best bit of the holiday was?
Oh, that's easy. The Rock.
Close, but not quite.
Ah, the Alice. Tennant Creek.
Guess again.
The camels. The camel rides. The balloon flight. The early starts. The pit stops. The entrees. The culture. The cute little animals.
Oh, you're like this close.
The sunsets. The nightlife. The road trips. The views. The
Stop
sleeping.
guessing. Start doing. It's about time you did the NT. Book now with Flight Centre.
People think and connect in many different ways. We help people and organisations to understand this and communicate better. The Bankwest Connect series is a great resource. It is information that you can take and implement straight away. I feel that Bankwest has been there step by step on our business journey.
Bankwest, making banking easier by knowing your business, not just your banking.
When you have a dream to start your own business, you need more than just a good idea and a can-do attitude. You need a great education to set the foundation and help you take your idea to the world. You need great teachers and mentors to help you be the best you can be. It takes lots of hard work and many skills. And one name helped me make my name, APM at Torrens University, Australia.
The new Kia Cerato comes with Australia's only 7-year warranty and a stunning new design inside and out across the range. It starts with the Cerato S from just $19,990 drive away with free auto.
Knowledge applied is power. Incredible things are created with the right knowledge. Knowledge also breeds foresight, giving strength to manage risk and make better decisions. When you choose to trade Forex with Go Markets, you'll gain access to our foresight and expert market analysis. Analysis that could help you identify potential financial risks and wait for the right opportunities. Go Markets, your first choice for Forex.
Nighttime is my time with Olay Regenerist Overnight Miracle. From first drop, it helps renew your skin. And used with Olay's most advanced cream, it boosts skin renewal in just 5 nights. For firmer skin with visibly reduced wrinkles, search Olay Overnight Miracle.
0% on purchases with 0% on balance transfers from NAB for 15 months made it easier for Lisa to say yes to Laura's wedding. Because life happens.
NAB credit cards. Apply now.
Welcome back to this special edition of Media Week. In Media Week's James Manning went along to one of MCN's 2017 briefings at MCN House overlooking Sydney Harbour. He spoke with MCN's Chief Data Officer Mark Brandon about the technology behind MCN's platforms and why Australia is ahead of the game in this area of innovation.
I don't see what's happening here anywhere else, certainly in the UK or the US. There's a kind of coming together of new television models with all powered and fueled by data, and of course I'm the data guy, so I'm interested in that.
Right, okay. So they're teaching you as much as you're bringing insights to them, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I often say to people that you should be rightly proud of what's going on in this market already. Many of the things that MCN are responsible for, multi-view, programmatic TV, those sorts of things, they are truly globally leading initiatives, and I wanted to be part of that.
That multi-view, where are we at with terms of audience? I remember numbers of 100,000, 200,000. What are you measuring at the moment?
It's 200,000 homes, but the thing to remember is it's not an arms race. It's not about the home size. It's about what the value you can generate from the homes that you're taking information from. And again, I haven't seen that occur anywhere else in the world. It's what we do with multi-view has become a complete standard in media planning in this market, and it gives us a great base from which to work going forwards, because obviously more ahead.
What do you get out of that? You must get some great case studies too that you can take out to clients and show people what you're doing.
Yeah, so it's already something of a standard in media planning, as I explained, but I think what's coming next is we're applying multi-view to our clients, our partners, our shareholders' business issues around content. So taking multi-view, applying it to the content world, content acquisition, all those sorts of things is as exciting as anything else that we're doing.
Do you think in general, we've got Think TVs operating here now,
yep.
The way you're operating in partnership with Foxtel
yep.
and 10, is that going to secure sort of the traditional TV business here, perhaps more so than in other parts of the world?
Well, I think that the Think TV initiative, truthfully, is probably a bit overdue. Mm-hmm. Something called Thinkbox, which was a precursor to Think TV in the UK, happened some years ago. I think Think TV's got off to a great start, and it's something that the market needs here. We need to remember that TV remains that powerful communications tool that actually does things that are almost impossible, truthfully, to quantify. And it's born of the emotional connection that TV enjoys with its audience. If you can ride on the back of that as an advertiser, you'll always be successful. So I think what it's all about is reinventing what we're doing for a modern future, but TV remains at the core.
Programmatic, dynamic trading, lots of those things, they ever overwhelm people or buyers or advertisers? Have you got to try and keep it simple?
Well, I think our job is to do just that. We have to keep it simple. Largely for ourselves as much as anything else. There is no value in making something so complex that nobody can come to you and buy from you. So I think the idea, and very much the job that my team does, is to try and decomplicate and simplify how the kinds of rich segmentations that we apply in programmatic TV can be brought to an already established TV trading universe.
Now, on the day James Manning visited MCN House, the company was briefing Match Media. He caught up with the agency's CEO, John Preston.
I think the thing I take away from this year's presentation is the fact that every year MCN have got up and said they're going to do something, a new technology, a new platform, and every year they've actually delivered. What I thought was good about this year is they seem to have come away with this sense of we've built what we need to build for the future. It's now about how do we go through this process of huge immersion of two sales forces together. How are we going to go back to market now and present what we've got, which is really very good, and then make the most of that for advertisers. So for me, it's less about technology and whiz-bang tools and more about down to fundamentals of product and selling that and engaging with clients.
And I guess that includes reminding you guys of all the great content they've got, yeah? Because
absolutely.
It's been tech-heavy perhaps in the last couple of years.
Yes.
And now you can use those innovations on some of that Foxtel and the 10 network stuff.
Yeah, and I think you've got this perfect blend of amazing content the wonderful ability to integrate with that content, pretty much unique to Australia in terms of the depth of ability to integrate. And now we've got insights through all the landmark or the panel that they've got, as well as the ability to execute very efficiently on a mass level through Landmark and their programmatic platforms as well. So you've got a blend of quality content and executional ability on a very speedy platform, which is fantastic for advertisers.
How attractive is that to a person who spends a lot on media buying, like Match obviously does, to be able to buy, you know, the best of Foxtel for the target market, the best of Network 10, and probably some of the digital properties they've got as well?
Well, if you think about the Landmark platform or the programmatic opportunities, is that you actually buy and learn intuitively as you're going. How are these unique sets of audiences that we've spent a lot of time targeting interacting with your communication and leading to results? So on the fly, you can adapt and amend. But I would say also there's some great need to have detailed input into integration of creative content within the program. So to me, it's a bit of a yin and yang of speed to market, efficiency of targeting, but also having that engagement through the content pieces that we can put into the actual programs themselves.
Some of the television broadcasters have been enthusiastically promoting speakers that are saying some of the advertisers are being dazzled by the statistics and the audience numbers of people like, you know, Facebook, Google with YouTube have been quoting the market about views. Have you been getting carried away?
Oh, no, I think, look, everybody sells themselves incredibly well. And certainly some of the new-to-market players have got some amazing numbers and very compelling numbers. But it's all about looking at a matrix of different communication channels, picking the best opportunities we've got for our clients, and then through proof of performance and response, then work out which partners you want to engage with on an ongoing basis. But let's face it, I mean, these guys have gotten phenomenal numbers as well, and some good mass penetration. But what we're looking for is opportunities and apertures of very discrete, unique audiences that we can't attract and engage with elsewhere. And they've got a nice little combination of that going on in their business.
A lot of the traditional TV audiences are now taking the opportunity to maybe stream on digital devices. I think those numbers are probably still pretty small, but they'll grow, I guess, won't they? But the catch-up is really coming into play. 10 players recording some amazing numbers. Is that easier for you to buy now than it probably used to be?
Well, yeah, and I think the buyers have to look at the combination of what we would traditionally go, well, did it air tonight at 8:30 and how many people watched that? Actually, what we now need to do is look at, well, how did they view that programme through the week, through catch-up, and then combine those two audience numbers together and see what that impact has on the advertising. And I think that's something that we're getting more and more familiar with and able to track and address. But yeah, the numbers they presented today in terms of catch-up is very, very, very strong.
Are there things they still need to do you think, to make it, I don't know, easier for you guys or more attractive? They want to pull some of those dollars back into the TV arena?
Yeah, I think they've had a tough year because they've had two sales forces coming together. Phenomenal change. I think a testament to them is a very strong management team, very consistent. Every year we always come back to this house and the same managers are leading the show, which is very important for advertisers. I think it's getting back to fundamentals. They've got a very good sales force. They need to get back to basics, present it well. They've got all the product, they've got all the content, they've got all the data, they've got all the insights, just wrapping that up in what they would call the 360 approach and get that to market. And I think we'll be looking for incremental sales for them and also incremental benefit for our clients. So I think next year for these guys is going to be very strong.
What's particularly attractive about Foxtel, the offer there, as compared to maybe the major free-to-air broadcasters?
Yeah, I think it's all about the fact that they've got the different channels that appeal to different segments of audiences and the ability to target those segments of audience and given permission to interact with those audiences through content integration is what's really appealing. They're very open to engaging commercially as well as with the producers of the show, and I think that's phenomenal. And those discrete packages of audiences that we're all desperately trying to get an edge on our competition, you can have a much more in-depth emotive conversation with these individual channels, whereas on a mass scale or a bigger scale program, sometimes you've got a lot of wastage, effectively, if it's for a very discrete advertiser.
Now, also making news this week, Fairfax Media has held its annual general meeting. The company says revenue over the financial year to date is 6 to 7% below where it was a year ago. Fairfax also gave an update on its real estate business. It says while revenue at Domain is up 2%, earnings are likely to come in slightly lower in the half. Revenue from Metro Media also down by the tune of about 8%.
Disappointment reigns supreme pretty much across the board, including Domain, but I don't know what they're going to have to do to arrest those the ad revenue decline in the print business. I know there was a lot of chatter about maybe just having a weekend printed newspaper and going online for the rest of the time. Absolutely nothing coming out of the AGM about that, so maybe some further disappointment.
Domain was meant to be the knight in shining armour coming through, and they've seen some good growth in that business, but to see it come to such an abrupt halt is probably a bit of a concern. Obviously they get good readership, I suppose, or recognition from Sydney Morning Herald and those and The Age, but they're having a very difficult time quantifying that brand, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
All right, let's take a look at the ratings for week 44 for free-to-air, first of all. And taking out the top spots, The Block on Channel 9, the Sunday edition of The Block. Then you had Australian Survivor winner announcement on 10, 9 News, and a couple of 7 News editions there as well. Turning the page, The Bachelorette final decision on Channel 10 takes out number 6. The Block, 7 News today tonight. The Block once again, and The Block very much dominating free-to-air ratings. Let's take a look at subscription television ratings for week 44. V8 Supercars, the Gold Coast edition. Fox Sports 5 taking out number 1. Grand Designs and the A-League also there. Turning the page, A-League, Western Sydney Wanderers versus Newcastle, the MotoGP, The Simpsons on Fox 8, Australia's Next Top Model, and making another appearance, The Walking Dead. And that is all we have time for from the team here. Thanks for your company.